Out of every single state and town in North Carolina, these are the top 5 that are actually worth your attention in 2026, based on real rankings, real price data, and real job numbers, not just my personal opinion. If this is your first time on my channel, welcome, and hi, I am Daniel Morabelt, local North and South Carolina realtor broker here based in Charlotte, North Carolina. But before we get into the list, just wanted to get you an honest note is that I specialize in the Charlotte region specifically. So for a couple of these, I'll give you my direct take based on what I actually see in the field. For others, I'll give you the real data I found while researching this, along with what I know personally from visiting these areas myself. And if you're seriously considering one of them, I can connect you with an agent that I trust in that specific market completely free of charge. Quick word on how I built this list. I pulled this from Niche's 2026 statewide rankings, current Zillow and Redfin pricing data, and actual employer and job growth numbers, not just which town happened to look good on camera. One more thing before we start, these 5 towns are honestly different from one another. So as we go, think about what you're actually optimizing for. Coastal lifestyle, pay close attention to number 5. Mountains and strong arch scene, that's number 4. Straight up affordability inside a booming metro, watch for number 3. And job market and salary potential, stick around for the top 2. So let's start and count it down, starting at number 5. Wilmington, North Carolina. If coastal living is what you're after, this one town on this list that actually delivers it. Zillow has the average home value in Wilmington sitting around $418,000 as of this year. Redfin's more recent numbers show it trending closer to $480,000 for homes actually selling right now this week. So, budget on the higher end if you're serious about this market. Here's the part that surprises me while researching this one. The economy here has actually moved past just tourism. Novant Health New Hanover Regional Medical Center is the area's largest employer. Thermo Fisher Scientific has turned Wilmington into a real clinical research hub, with research positions often paying well above the local average. Inventory stays tight here too. So if you find the right home in the right neighborhood, you'll want to move on it quickly rather than sit and think it over. Neighborhoods like Ogden and Monkey Junction tend to offer more space for your money than the downtown historic district or the beachfront communities, where prices tend to climb fast. Here's the takeaway if you want beach access without betting your income entirely on a seasonal tourism economy. Wilmington now has a real diverse job base to back it up. It's not the cheapest spot on the list, but it's the only one that gives you the ocean as part of the deal. Now, one thing to note before we move on, coastal living here does come with real hurricane exposure. So factor homeowners insurance costs into your budget before you fall in love with a specific listing. The same advice I'd give anyone looking for a coastal property anywhere in the state, including South Carolina. Number 4 is Asheville. I do want to be fully transparent with you on this one because Asheville has been through a lot recently and I'm not going to gloss over it just to make this video prettier. Hurricane Helene hit this region hard in the fall of 2024 and the recovery is still ongoing. Home sales in Buncombe County dipped slightly this year. Median prices have eased down a bit too, and days on market have stretched out a little bit longer compared to what, a couple years ago it was. Now, with that said, the fundamentals here are real, and honestly, the community's response to Helene has been one of the more inspiring stories in this state over the last couple years. Zillow has the average home value around $462,000. The local economy has spread out well beyond tourism too. Mission Hospital anchoring healthcare employment, Buncombe County schools, and UNC Asheville supporting the education, and a real thriving arts and cultural economy built around places like the River Arch District and the Biltmore Estate. Outdoor access here is honestly unmatched anywhere else on this list. Hiking trails right out your back door, the Blue Ridge Parkway minutes away, and a climate that runs noticeably cooler and less humid than anywhere else in the state during the summer. Bottom line is, Asheville still offers something no other city on this list can. True Blue Ridge Mountain living with a real creative culture behind it. Just go in with clear eyes about the recovery timeline and lean on any local agent who can walk you through which specific neighborhoods have bounced back fastest, because that varies block to block right now, not just town by town. Coming in at number 3 is Concord, North Carolina. Now, this is where I can speak from direct everyday experience because I work in this market consistently. Concord sits just northeast of Charlotte, close enough for a real commute into Uptown, but priced meaningfully lower than Charlotte itself. It's part of the Charlotte Metro's broader growth story, riding the same wave of jobs and population growth we've covered in this channel, minus the price tag that's crept into Charlotte's most in-demand neighborhoods. You've also got Concord Mills for shopping and entertainment, easy access to Lake Norman without the premium waterfront pricing, and Charlotte Motor Speedway, putting this town on the map for more than just commuters. Now, commute-wise, you're typically looking at around 25 to 35 minutes into Uptown, depending on exactly where you land in town, which is very manageable for what you save on your housing payment. Put simply, if you want Charlotte area job access and lifestyle without paying Charlotte area prices for it, Concord is one of the strongest value plays in this entire metro right now. And I say that as someone who shows homes here regularly, not just someone reading a stat off a page. Now, quick pause halfway through this list. If any of these towns are making you picture your next move, that's exactly what I help people do every single week. Whether it's here in Charlotte or somewhere else in the state entirely, reach out and I'll walk you through what that move would actually look like for you. And if you don't have a lender yet, I can also connect you with one I trust free of charge. Coming in at number 2 is Charlotte itself. This is my home market. So let me give you the real numbers, not just the sales pitch. Charlotte's average home value sits right around $400,000, still meaningfully below what you'd pay in Cary or Chapel Hill, while offering one of the strongest job markets in the entire state. This city is a real banking and finance hub, headquarters to Bank of America, with major employers like Wells Fargo and Ally Financial also based here as well. Just last year, Citigroup also announced plans to create over 500 new jobs in Charlotte, with average salaries north of $130,000 a year, backed by a $16 million investment in a new office facility. And it is not just banking that Charlotte's economy has spread into, it's also technology, healthcare, and biotech as well, which means the job market here doesn't rise and fall with one single industry the way smaller cities do. Beyond the paycheck, you're getting the real big city amenities like professional sports, a growing food and art scene, and easy airport access for travel, all inside one metro that's still adding population faster than almost anywhere else in the country right now. Charlotte gives you big city job opportunity, salary potential at a price point that's still realistically achievable, especially compared to what similar opportunities cost in Raleigh's most competitive suburbs. I'm not just saying that because it's my market, the data backs it up, and honestly, that's exactly why this channel exists in the first place. And finally, coming in at number 1, and this one might surprise you because it's not in my backyard at all, is Cary, North Carolina. According to Niche's 2026 rankings, Cary is officially the number 1 best place to live in the entire state of North Carolina, ranked using crime data, public schools, cost of living, job opportunities, and local amenities. Once you see the numbers, it's not hard to understand why. And residents consistently describe it as calm, safe, and truly welcoming in review after review after review. The schools are consistently top rated across the district. Crime rates here run less than half the national and state average. The job market is anchored by some major employers too. SAS Institute, the largest privately held software company in the world, along with Epic Games, American Airlines, and John Deere. That means Cary isn't leaning on one industry the way a lot of smaller towns do, just like Charlotte. But I'll be straight with you, this is a Raleigh suburb, not a Charlotte one. But when the data is clear, Charlotte doesn't deserve the top spot just because it's where I work. So what does that mean for you? Cary earns the top spot for pure data, not because it's flashy, but because it consistently delivers on almost everything most people would actually want in their day-to-day life. So before we wrap it up here, a few towns just missed this list that are worth knowing about too. Chapel Hill scores extremely high on Niche's rankings as well, built around UNC and a highly educated, tight-knit community, though housing prices and property taxes there run among the highest in the entire state. Huntersville and Fort Mill, both towns I've covered in depth in this channel already, would absolutely make a Charlotte Metro specific list. They just don't have the statewide numbers to compare with Cary and Wilmington here. And Durham deserves a mention here too. Niche's second highest ranked city in the state this year, anchored by Duke University and a food scene that's earned real national recognition. If any of those sound more like what you're picturing, they're absolutely worth their own conversation, just outside the scope of a top 5. So there you have it, guys, your top 5. Wilmington for the coast, Asheville for the mountains, Concord for Charlotte area value, Charlotte itself for the job market and the banking economy, and Cary officially the highest ranked place to live in the entire state right now. If you're watching this and you already know which one of these 5 sounds like you, that's a great sign. And if 2 or 3 of them are still competing in your head, that's completely normal too. That's usually the point where talking to someone who actually knows the specific numbers for your situation makes the decision a lot cleaner. If Charlotte or the surrounding metro area is where you're landing, that's exactly what I help people do every single week. And if it's something else on the list, I'm happy to connect you with an agent I trust in that market completely free of charge. The same way I would do for a lender that if you don't have one just yet. It's very important before you actually start looking at houses to have a pre-approval or speak to a lender. Now, like always, I really appreciate you sticking on to the end of the video. And if you need anything, click on the link below or call the number on the banner on top. And I'd be happy to connect you with anything you need as far as real estate. And like anything else, I will see you in the next one. Thank you so much.